Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the NorthShore University Virtual Job Fair event. Just one thing that we want to go ahead and note here before we kick the session off. Just make sure, please, to keep yourself muted and keep your cameras turned off until we reach the breakout rooms portion of the event. During that time, you'll be able to directly speak with and interact with our folks that we do have on the line from NorthShore. You'll be able to ask any questions that you have, move room to room, etc. We'll cover that once we reach that portion of the event. A few other things that I want to note here as well today is that we are recording the session. So if you do want to go back to the session at a later date, review any of the information that's covered here today, you will have an opportunity to do so. We will post that on the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel within about 48 hours or so of the conclusion, of today's event. So with that said, without further ado, I want to go ahead and turn things over to the folks at NorthShore, and I do believe Donna will be leading our presentation portion of the event here today. So Donna, feel free to take things away.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. We are so honored to be able to meet with you all today. This short presentation is meant to provide a brief overview of our organization, and at the end, we will share our career site information so you can browse job opportunities and apply online. Next slide. Who are we? NorthShore University HealthSystem is a growing organization committed to being connected to the communities we serve, having expert close to home, and being one of the top places to work in healthcare. Next slide. The map here displays our geographic reach from as far as north as Gurnee, Illinois, which is by Great America, as far south as Chicago and western suburbs of Arlington Heights, Naperville, Elmhurst, and many suburbs surrounding the hospitals. NorthShore is comprised of 6 hospitals with over 150 locations, which includes our medical group offices and 5 specialty institutes. Next slide, please. My previous slide talked about the 5 specialty institutes, where NorthShore has been recognized as the premier place to receive care for orthopedics, cardiovascular, cancer care, neurology, and the Center for Personalized Medicine. Our future growth in establishing additional specialty recognition is ongoing and an important part of the future in delivering elite patient care. Next slide, please. This slide talks about many things, but I want to focus on the green box that highlights the number of employees that work at NorthShore. We are super proud to say we have comprised of 17,000 employees and continue to grow our teams as our company continues to serve an expanding geographic area. Next slide, please. Now that we have the basics of who we are out of the way, let's focus on our mission and values. Mission, to preserve and improve human life. Vision, NorthShore will be the most trusted and indispensable health partner throughout the communities we serve. Next slide, please. NorthShore has received many awards and recognitions. This slide shares the awards for quality and safety, patient care, and technology innovation and engagement. We are proud of these accomplishments and strive to maintain the high standards we set for ourselves to better serve our patients. Next slide, please. Next, we will talk about what makes us different. Next slide. This slide represents our 2 hospitals that are partners of NorthShore University HealthSystems. While they work closely with us to align patient services and share our core values, they work separately with recruiting and hiring. Next slide, please. We are proud to be part of the Pritzker School of Medicine. Medical students rotate through our hospitals as part of their residency training. Our orthopedic surgeons are primary caregivers for the Chicago Blackhawks and serve on the sidelines of their home games in the event of an injury. The other companies partner with us for various services. Next slides, please. This is another example of how NorthShore is committed to helping train the next generation of healthcare providers. This list identifies all the colleges and training programs that have relationships with us and or have clinical rotation partnerships for their students. Next slide, please. As our organization has grown in the last 2 years, we use the Stronger Together tagline to describe our strength as an organization when we have other hospitals join our health system. Swedish and Northwest Community were standalone hospitals and are now partners with us. January 1st of 2022, Edward Elmer's Health joined NorthShore University Health System. We are now comprised of 8 hospitals and 1 skilled care facility for a total of 9 premier locations where our community members can receive care. Next slide, please. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is an important part of the culture at NorthShore. We value the diverse backgrounds of all of our employees. Next slide, please. We have a priority in deepening the connections to the local communities we serve. Next slide. We are constantly moving forward, and our commitment to providing expert care close to home and being the best place to work and receive care is always at the forefront. Next slide, please. Now, the good part. NorthShore offers a robust benefits package for our employees: health, vision, dental, competitive wages, tuition reimbursement up to $5,000, retirement 403(b) savings, paid time off, and much more. Next slide, please. The recruiters at this event are here to discuss a variety of opportunities in the hospital setting, medical group, lab services, and pharmacy. Some of the positions we are hiring for are outlined here: patient care tech, staff support tech, medical assistant, pharmacy tech, rehab aide, patient support associates, phlebotomist, and lab assistant. Next slide, please. We look forward to meeting with you. Job-specific questions can be answered in our individual meeting rooms. Thank you, and we look forward to connecting with you in our breakout rooms.
Awesome presentation. Thank you for that, Donna. And as Donna alluded to, we will be joining the breakout rooms portion of the event here shortly. Just a few things that we want to cover before we open up those rooms for you. Again, this is something just to keep in mind. If for whatever reason you are noticing issues, either accessing breakout rooms, moving between breakout rooms, utilizing functionalities of breakout rooms, it could be that you're running an outdated version of Zoom client for meetings. If for whatever reason you do need to drop off to download this, you can. We'll just readmit you to the session. Again, use this kind of as a last resort measure. But again, if you do need to do that, you can find that download at zoom.us/download. On your screen now are just a few instructions as to how to go about joining a breakout room. So the first screenshot you see there is what will show up in your Zoom toolbar once I open up the breakout rooms for this event. Now, I have not yet done so, so you won't see that icon yet, but once I do, you'll see that in your toolbar. To join a room, what you'll do is click on that breakout rooms icon. It'll open up a window like you see in the second screenshot on your screen. Off to the right-hand side, you'll see that join button there that I have circled in red. To join a room, what you'll do is just click join, and it'll redirect you to that room with no issue. To be able to move between rooms, you'll just rinse and repeat that same process. So what I mean by that is, again, you'll click on the breakout rooms icon in your toolbar, and you'll move to room 2, 3, 4, etc., based on your interests for today. And I will put this back up on screen before we open up those rooms as well. Just a quick overview of what to expect today. So we do consider these sessions to be called small group discussions. Again, each employer rep that we have on the line will be assigned to their designated breakout room. We will have a member of our planning team kind of go in between rooms for basic troubleshooting. The session will be set up for approximately 30 minutes or so. If we do need to extend that time, we can. But just note that it will be for 30 minutes. And again, kind of one of the main features of our platform here is that you do have the ability to move freely throughout the breakout rooms. When you're in the rooms, you'll be able to unmute yourself, you'll be able to turn on your camera, etc. And then finally here, just a few ground rules. Please be mindful of our employer's time. Also, kind of in a similar vein, just make sure that you are being respectful of your fellow job seekers' time as well. You, again, feel free to ask your questions. Just make sure that when you're done, you place yourself on mute. Again, you can share your camera and video. Just keep things respectful and professional. We should not have an issue. If for whatever reason you opt to not abide by the rules and choose to be disruptive or inconsiderate, we will issue you one verbal warning. If you choose to disregard that warning, you will be permanently placed on mute. And then our last point here, if you are permanently muted, you'll be allowed to stay on, but you'll only be able to ask questions through the chat. Again, you won't have that priority status. At that point, if you cause further disruption through the chat, unfortunately, we will more than likely have to eject you from the session. If that does happen, you will not be permitted re-entry. So I'll put our breakout room joining instructions back up on the screen here for you. I do want to let you know what rooms, again, that we do have here for you today. So let me pull up that list and I'll go ahead and just give you an overview of what those will be. So our breakout rooms for today will be phlebotomists and lab assistants, pharmacy technicians, medical assistants and patient support associates, patient access, hospital operators and concierge, and patient care tech. So that will be the rooms that we do have available for you today. One thing I want to note here, again, there'll be a countdown timer in your upper right-hand corner of your screen. Once you enter the room, that'll let you know how much time is left in the session. There'll be a 60-second countdown timer once we reach the last minute. That's just your cue if you're still in the middle of a discussion to go ahead and close things out, wrap up any conversations that you're still having, so on and so forth. Once that session has completed, we'll return back to the main room, which we are all in right now. We'll conduct a closeout, and then we'll end today's session. One final thing that I want to note to the job seekers on the line today is if, again, you're having any issues joining a breakout room, feel free to throw your message into the chat here. Let me know what room you want to go to, and I'll go ahead and manually assign you to a room if you're having issues joining on your own. And with that said, we'll go ahead and open up these rooms now. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat feature. Thank you, everybody. Those rooms should be open now. You should be able to follow the instructions you see on your screen to begin joining. Again, if you're having issues joining a room, message me in the chat which room you'd like to go to, and I will get you sent there. Thank you. And it looks like we've got folks joining our rooms now. Again, if you need any assistance joining a room, just throw me a message in the chat who you'd like to go see or meet with, excuse me, and I will get you sent there. Thank you, everybody.
Hi.
Hey there, how can I help you?
Yeah, good. I can't see any break room that caters to IT jobs. Do you guys have any vacancy in the IT department?
Hi, Gilbert. I don't believe so, not for this event. But that said, it still might be worth joining one of the rooms and just asking the recruiters if they can get you connected with somebody that does recruit for IT. That would be my suggestion.
Okay, so which of the break room recruiter can I talk to?
I
Which
would
one?
say, let me take a look here. The one
Uh,
with the one with Donna in it, since she is kind of the leader of the group that is in the session today, she would be the one to probably get you pointed in the right direction. So that would be phlebotomist lab assistants.
okay, all right. Well, I guess you guys have only 4 recruiters here, which is Angel, Dara, Kisiria.
Yes, that would be the room.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Mhm.
1978.
All right, everybody, it does look like we have a majority of everybody back in from the breakout rooms. Just a few things I want to cover here today before we close off the session. Again, the session has been recorded, so if there's anything that you want to go back and review prior to sending out an application, you absolutely can do so. We will be uploading the recording of this session to the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel under the virtual job fairs playlist within 48 hours or so at the conclusion of this event. Additionally, we will be forwarding the registration information that we received on to the folks over at NorthShore too. So the recruiters that you spoke with today will receive your contact information personally. And then a final note that I want to make here as well, this was included in our meeting chat. For additional information or to find out more about on-the-job training opportunities with NorthShore for specific positions, please contact Linda Williams, Partnerships Healthcare Sector Center rep that we do have on the line as well today. Her email and her direct phone number is included in the chat there, 312-702-1620. Or you can email her at linda.williams@equus, EQUUS works.com. Again, that's in the chat too for you to look at as well. So with that, we're going to go ahead and close things out for today. Thank you to the folks at NorthShore for participating today, of course, for your presentation, for meeting with job seekers. And of course, last but not least, thank you to the job seekers as well for joining today. We hope this session was fruitful for you and that it will lead to your next job opportunity. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your
Just
day.
one question, Daniel. Are you there?
Absolutely.
Just
ahead.
question the phone number